All right, so we have Mark Regan today in nomination in the Best Narrative Short category for A Mother's Tongue. Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you so much. Great to be part of the film festival.
So that is such an interesting film about a woman who finds strength in her heart as well. So she also finds the meaning of art. Is it what
Yeah,
the film is about?
yeah, I wanted to, I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a parallel as a filmmaker, the struggles that you go through to kind of actually make a film. I was looking at it from that sort of angle of an artist struggling, to get her art out into the world. And I think all artists, we kind of are create, if you're just creating your actual art, like, from your heart, you are also in this commercial world where you're sort of trying to find an audience and things like that. So that was one sort of thing I wanted to talk about in the film was sort of that symbolic artist. And I decided on Lucy as a painter. But I wanted to also, part of like my expression as a writer is to talk about parental issues. And so I wanted her in this one, I gave her a very, very nasty mother. And so in throughout the little short stories, she's got to combat the fact that she's caring for this really cruel mother whilst also trying to make her art. So yeah, the film, I was really happy with it. When I wrote it, I was quite happy with just exploring both of those topics that are both sort of personal to me and as from my point of view as an artist. And, being able to then see it on screen with the two actors, I was really, really chuffed with both of my actors. They were both very strong actors. And
Yes.
Mother in particular, it was quite funny on set because she's a really lovely, vibrant woman, and yet then you got her on set being really nasty. And the crew and I were quite often, like when we called action and it was happening, there was a part of me that was sort of smiling at how nasty she was because I could see the vision coming to life, even though I also knew that she was such a wonderful and nice lady that it's this sort of funny thing. So yeah, I was very happy with how it all kind of came together to express those themes.
Yes, those are very are great actresses for sure. So it was one of the things that we really noticed about the film. Like it really stood out. And can you tell us what made you go into films in first place?
Well, I think just as a child, I just naturally navigated to story, and I did used to watch a lot of movies with my siblings. And at some point there, when I was probably about 10, I was just almost like directing my siblings as actors in the backyard. I have three siblings, and so we all just kind of played like that, like we made stories. And when I was about 12, I got my hands on an old camera and it was sort of through my dad's work, wasn't being used. I asked him, oh, can we borrow it for the weekend? He was like, yeah, go for it. And it was just, one of these little like video camera things. And like we shot it, I shot a video, I shot a short film sort of thing. And pretty much since then, I haven't really stopped. Like I've used a variety of cameras and made a wide variety of films. So it just felt very natural. When I look back then, a little bit like the themes of Mother's Tongue, I was thinking you're not thinking of like the commercial side of things. You're just thinking of purely, oh, this is a film, from the heart. It's a story. It's fun.
Mhm.
And so that's really what kind of hooked me. I just started doing that. And as a teenager, oddly, I would write. Like I wasn't the greatest at school, but I would sort of write in my own time. And again, looking back, I wasn't even writing stories. I was actually writing scripts. So I kept a couple of them over the years, and it's interesting to look back at them that almost like a script format, just pen and paper, but I wasn't actually writing it like like a fiction story. So yeah, I think I was just hooked on it in that way. And um, there's a part of me that I just know I'm probably going to do it till the day I die. Like it's something that you kind of can't stop doing because there
Mhm.
is times that it's really hard and times that you're uphill or you don't feel like anything's happening or the creativity's not kind of flowing. But I just feel that like no matter what, I keep coming back to it, So yeah, it is the passion that I have that I want to kind of use this medium to tell my stories.
Because you have a lot of messages to transmit, right? You have a lot of things to say, and you want to keep saying them.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
you started very early. Did you go afterwards to film school or?
Yeah, yeah. So the high schools that didn't really have much throughout the years. They had a bit of media programs, but it was more, yeah. Then I got myself into, I'm in Perth. There's kind of one of the universities, Edith Cowan, Mount Lawley. You might have heard of WAPA. It's like a internationally renowned acting school. People like Hugh Jackman, have come out of there. And it's where the uni I went to with the film component, we got to work with those Whopper actors. So it's sort of in Perth again. It's sort of the known university that does a film degree. So yeah, that's where I went. I went down that path. That was great. There was a lot of good experiences there. Lots of student films. Lots of like working with other creators and technicians and actors. And so that just kind of started me off on that path. And pretty much then from there, for this last 20 years, I've just dabbled in all aspects of filmmaking.
Okay.
Like I've worked on other people's productions that have happened. I've, in a variety of roles, really, everything from sound to lighting to like AD. And what I found was no matter how big the production was, I kept kind of, my brain and my heart was like, I want to be the director. Like, that's the role I want to do. And really then after experimenting in lots of other sort of commercial sides, so, like making things like weddings and videography and, commercial projects for companies and things like that, it just kind of came down to no, what I want to be doing is fictional films. Like I've even made a couple of documentaries and I'm like, I like them, but again, it keeps coming back to no, I want to make fictional stories. So the last sort of 5 years, I've really tried to go, okay, let's make short films that, as you say, concentrate on your theme and your message and like trying to like communicate that as an artist. And the progression is that I'm working towards, my first feature film soon. So that's sort of been like what I've had as a bit of a plan in the back of my head, like a 5 year, 10 year plan sort of thing to get it going.
Yeah, that's a
Whether you
long
know it or
road
not,
for sure.
yeah. So it's that longer thing, but also just enjoying each project. Like Mother's Tongue, I really enjoyed the whole process. I was so happy with the cast that was part of it, and building the crew. Like that was the second project I worked on with my cinematographer. And like just now, we've finished the next short film, Alien Echo, and that was our third project together with the cinematographer and a couple of the other crew members. And I'm just feeling like I'm kind of building a little team that we can kind of keep taking those, those steps that hopefully that then when the feature's ready, that team come on board as well and we work together. So yeah, that's kind of just taking those baby steps, isn't it? Each step of the way and trying to enjoy each step as well.
And how many shorts can you produce? Can you direct per year approximately? Like does
I've
it take?
only really been doing like one short, like one real, what I think is a really high quality, good short. But I'm always working on sort of like the writing is kind of continuous throughout the year. And I'm also like the feature scripts. The last couple of years, I've like written a couple of feature scripts, which takes me, I'm just talking part time, like, in between when I'll get some time. It probably takes almost like 12 months from sort of concept to finished script. So things, yeah, things do take time. I do work a commercial job and I do also, like, I am a father of three. So I am sort of, there's other things being
Yes,
pulled in all
for
directions.
sure.
Yeah, and again, whether you know this, but like from the Australian point of view, we films are either funded, like they're either sort of like self-funded, like crowd-funded, like that's one option. And that's really like, you've got to go out there begging and
Yes.
borrowing, that kind of stuff. But then there's more funding sort of for your feature film level from then a government point of view. There is some funds available that you apply for, highly competitive. And because it's government funds, it can be a little bit political in that, they like to tell stories about Australian culture,
Right,
the
okay.
Indigenous people. At the moment, there's a lot of thing, a lot of like multiculturalism, and so you do sort of notice that a lot of the projects that get funded from the government funders do tend to have a bit of that political edge to them. So
Mhm.
it is hard. It is, you're taking all those steps to get some sort of funding. But I'm not deterred. I'm still taking the steps towards them for myself. Yeah.
Yes, well, we hope that you continue on this journey because it was a very, very good film. So
Thank you.
congratulations again for it. And we
Thank
hope
you.
that it makes a lot of festivals as well.
Thank you.
So do you have a website where we can follow you?
Yeah, so it's just my name, Mark Regan, MarkRegan.com.au. So you'll be able to find me through there.
Okay,
Have a good
thank
night.
you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.